Hello everyone. Today we're going to discuss grip and proper grip. We're not going to go so much into positions as in German, French, and traditional, American, that kind of thing. I'm just going to talk about how we hold the stick. So to start off with, every stick has a balance point. On Vic Firth sticks, it is where the American flag is, or right around the H in the American flag, anything in there. So that's where the balance point is on the stick. So now how it fits in the hand is if you think about how your hand folds naturally, if you just relax your fingers, you hold your hand up like this. Or you can even hold it to your side and your fingers will still do the same thing. But if you hold your hand up in this manner, either one of them, and then you just release your fingers, they fall in the position that you should be holding the stick in. Now, that's not to say you fold them down like this or you make a fist or anything. It is really, you just release your fingers. And when you do that, you'll have your hand in the proper position to hold the stick. Then you place the stick in your hand at that balance point. So you're here, and then you just place it in your hand, and now that's how you hold the stick. So, how do you find the balance point? The balance point on any stick, it doesn't matter how long it is or what brand it is always in the same spot. The first thing that you can think of is if you break the stick up into thirds, to where you have the bottom third, the middle third, and the top third, it is a third of the way from the butt end up. So it's going to be right there, which is where the H and the flag are on Vic Firths. You can also, and this is what they used to do, way back in the day, they would find out where the stick actually balanced, and that's where they would hold the stick. Through time, and as rock and roll started coming in, the balance point moved back just a little bit, about an inch from where it balances on your finger, and that's where they were holding it, which is where the flag is. And again, it's in the same spot on any stick. It doesn't matter what kind of stick you play. So with Vic Firths, it's where the flag is, or between the H and the flag. So now we have how to find out how to hold the stick. So now what does your hand do on the stick? First off, you want to remember how your finger is broken up. This is the tip. This, we could say, the middle, and then you have a joint, and then you have this part and then a joint. So this is the first joint and the second joint. Generally, at that first joint on your stick, on your finger, where the tip bends, you have the stick sitting there. Your thumb will lay on top of the stick like this in a manner that you don't want to pull it back like this. You want to pull it up where it sits in a natural position. So your hand should look like this. And then you hold it, and this is what it will look like if it's coming directly off of my arm in a long, stretched out position. As you can notice, it flows. The motion flows directly off of my arm, down my thumb, and into my stick. It's not a drop off at my thumb. So this is how you hold the stick. In match position, which is both hands doing the same thing, both hands hold the stick the very same way. And you can find that on both sticks the exact same way as you do on with one. That's how the stick is held. You will see a lot of people holding the stick in slightly different ways from this general way. And this, if you go back in time on how everybody held the stick, coming from the Civil War days on up, this is how it was held. You will see people holding it a little bit tighter and closing this space. In general, you want this space open. But you'll see people holding it here, and you'll see people holding it a little bit farther back. That's not to say that's wrong, but it is a different way, and the people you see doing that have practiced that position and are able to make that work. But in general, in a general sense, in the way that I teach all of my students, is the original, if you want to call it that, the original way of holding the stick, which looks like this. It looks like this from underneath, looks like this on top. That's how it looks in your hand. So now the three different positions, well, we can say four different positions. One, German position. Your palms will face the floor. You don't want your hands in here. You don't want them out here. You want your shoulders relaxed, your elbows relaxed, your back straight, or your posture straight, I should say that. And you hold with both sticks in this manner, your thumbs facing each other, your palms facing the floor. It's as if you were playing a piano or bouncing a basketball. This is how you would do it. You wouldn't bounce a basketball this way or play a piano this way. So this is that position. There will be a triangle in front of you. The next position would be French position. This would be French, also called French timpani position, where the grip or the hold of the stick is exactly the same way. You just turn your thumbs facing up. So it goes from right here to now right here. And this takes a different motion of the hand and the arm to execute. As you see, it's more of a rolled motion with my hand and my forearm. There's a movement there rather than just moving at my wrist. So this would be French or French timpani position. The next position would be what everybody is calling American, which is kind of halfway between French and German, which has you about right here. And then the movement is a lot like what you would do in the German position, and you're moving simply, the hands moving in this manner here. So you're moving like this. So you do that, and then this way is here. And then lastly, you have what is called traditional grip, which up until the Beatles hit Ed Sullivan, this was just the way you held the stick. So this traditional grip, left hand, unless you're left-handed drummer, then it's the right hand, is a total different way of holding the stick. And it looks like this. Your elbow and your arms and your shoulders still relaxed, but the movement for your left hand, or if you're left-handed, right hand, is different. There's a lot more going on here. I will only teach my more advanced students how to play traditional grip unless they come in saying that they want to play traditional grip to start off with. So again, this is what it looks like from underneath. As you can notice, my wrist is straight. It stays straight through my hand. I'm not gripping here. I'm not hooking that finger around. It's not sitting here like this and I'm gripping back here. No, it's held between these two fingers, your thumb and your index finger, at the first joint of your index finger. Rest of your fingers wrap around, and it is this position right here, like that. Same thing with your left hand, exact same position. I start everybody out in German position simply to get their hands working. So that's how you hold the sticks. Proper grip, or the proper hold of the sticks, is very relaxed. Always remain relaxed. There's no stress, no tension in the hands. Tension is a speed killer. If you're trying to get faster at single strokes, being tense is going to stop that instantly. So keep everything relaxed. Work on just sitting here like this, tips of both sticks in the center of your pad. And just move like this. You can even sit with your hands. You don't even need the pad. To get used to moving your wrist, you can do this. Then you bring the pad back. Grab the stick in the right position, and then you can just start with little strokes like this to get started. I also have another beginner video on the site. It is the George Lawrence Stone up-down technique. And then I have the level system as well. So please feel free to check those out. And until the next video, happy drumming.